Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Surat Avani. I am a teacher and student at Rehan School, Lahore campus. Welcome to today's inspiring discussion on how to overcome fear and take bold steps in life. Fear is a natural part of life, but it should never stop us from chasing our dreams. Today, we will explore practical ways to face our fears, build confidence, and develop the courage to step outside our comfort zones. Let's begin this journey towards a stronger, braver, and more confident version of ourselves. So, let's
That's
start.
a really uplifting. That sounds like a really uplifting start. Since fear is natural, what's one fear you'd say holds people back the most?
Yes. Okay. So, we start it for this discussion, and for my question is first question is, why do people often let fear control their discussion?
Hmm. People often let fear control them because fear feels so immediate. It's like a warning signal. Our brains are wired to avoid danger first, and that can make even small decisions feel risky. So instead of stepping forward, they freeze or retreat.
And what are the most common fears people face in life?
Right. The most common ones are fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment, and sometimes fear of the unknown. And honestly, fear of not being good enough. Underneath all of them, it's usually tied to self doubt.
Okay. Can fear ever be beneficial? Why or why not?
Yeah, fear can be useful if it works like a signal, not a stop sign. For example, if you're nervous before a big decision, that nervous energy can push you to prepare better. But if fear is making you stuck, then it's not very helpful anymore. It stops being a guide and becomes more like a barrier.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. How does fear affect our personal growth?
Fear can slow growth because it narrows your choices. You might avoid challenges that could have built your confidence. Over time, that avoidance can shrink your sense of what's possible. But when you face it, even in small steps, you expand your comfort zone and build trust in yourself.
Yes. Okay. What is the difference between courage and fearlessness?
Courage is acting even though fear is still there. Fearlessness, like, suggests you don't feel fear at all, which is pretty rare. Courage is about moving forward with the fear, not waiting to feel fearless. It's kind of like feeling the fear and doing it anyway.
Okay. How you ever come a major fear? What help you?
Honestly, slowing things down usually helps, like pausing, noticing what I'm actually afraid of and naming it instead of pushing it away. Talking to someone I trust, breaking the problem into smaller pieces, those things make a difference.
Okay. Okay. How can positive thinking reduce fear?
Hmm. It it doesn't erase fear, but it shifts your focus. Instead of replaying worst case scenarios, you start to consider possible good outcomes. That mental balance makes room for calmer decisions. Basically, your brain follows where you pointed. So that positive focus can make fear feel less in charge.
Okay. Why is stepping outside your comfort zone important?
Hmm. because that's where new skills and confidence get built. When you try something a little uncomfortable, you prove to yourself that fear isn't the boss of you. That builds momentum, and even if it feels messy at first, that's how growth actually happens.
How does self confidence help us overcome fear?
Confident people still feel fear, but they trust they can handle whatever comes next. That trust makes risks feel less like threats and more like opportunities. It's like confidence doesn't cancel fear, it just makes fear less of a decision maker.
Okay, what role do failure play in building courage?
Hmm. Failure is like a teacher. When you survive a setback, you realize it isn't the end. Each time you get back up, courage quietly grows. So, yeah, failure isn't proof you can't do it. It's proof you're trying, and that's what builds courage.
Okay. How can setting small goals help us become braver?
Small goals give you quick wins. Each little success says, hey, I did that. And those add up. Before long, you're taking steps that used to feel massive and it feels doable. It's courage building by repetition.
How does surrounding yourself with supportive people make a difference?
Supportive people can steady you when self doubt spikes. They remind you of strengths you forget in the moment. They don't remove the fear, but they sit with you, which makes the fear lighter to carry.
Okay, what daily habits can help reduce fear and anxiety?
Daily things like short walks, steady breathing exercises, writing a couple lines about what's going well, limiting doom scrolling, getting enough sleep, tiny routines that tell your nervous system, hey, you're okay. Simple, repeated stuff done consistently really adds up.
How can we encourage children to face their fears?
Gently by modeling courage ourselves and letting them try safe, manageable risks. Praise the effort, not just the results, and remind them that mistakes are part of learning. Make fear normal, not shameful.
Yes, yes, okay. Um, how, what role does faith and trust in Allah play in overcoming fear?
Trust in Allah can bring a deep sense of calm. Believing you're not facing challenges alone can make fear feel lighter. It shifts the focus from control to reliance. And that combination of trust and action helps you move forward with more peace.
Okay, how can fear stop us from achieving success?
Fear can make us hesitate, delay, or give up too soon. It turns small bumps into giant walls. But noticing that early lets you take a step anyway. Even tiny steps weaken fear's grip. And over time, success becomes less about perfect and more about steady progress.
Okay, what advice would you give someone afraid to follow their dreams?
Start small, start now. One step, one conversation, one try. Dreams get closer when you move, even a little. You're braver than you think.
That's great. Okay. Which successful person inspires you to be fearless and why?
I'd say people who quietly show up every day despite fear inspire me the most. The ones who don't make a big show of it, just steady progress, quiet courage, that keeps me going.
Okay. Okay, thank you, ChatGPT, for this conversation. And thank you so much for joining today's inspiring discussion on how to overcome fear and take bold steps in life. We hope this conversation has encouraged you to believe in yourself, embrace challenges, and remember that every great achievement begins with one courageous step. Never let fear define your future. Let your dreams, determination, and faith lead the way. Keep believing, keep growing, and keep moving forward with confidence.
Beautiful closing. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thanks. And thank you for your valuable time. Stay courageous, stay inspired, and may Allah bless you with strength and success in every step of your journey. So, Allah bless everyone.
Allah Hafiz.